One of my favorite things to do is recreate my childhood favorites, grain-free and dairy-free. So I've created a grain-free oatmeal cookie recipe, and we're going to sandwich 2 of them with some vanilla buttercream in between. But of course, the buttercream is dairy-free. These are super easy to make, so let's get started. I have a 1/4 cup of palm shortening. You could also use some grass-fed butter if you can tolerate dairy here. Then we have honey, which is my sweetener of choice for this cookie. You could use maple syrup too though if you'd like. So I'm going to turn the mixer on high and just get some air in that as we cream the shortening with the sweetener. All right, that is smooth and creamy. Now we're going to add an egg and then we'll just beat it again for another 15 to 30 seconds. So we're just gonna stop the machine and scrape down the sides, and then let's start adding our dry ingredients. So I have just a bit of baking soda. I have ground flaxseed, so this kind of helps give the texture of oats without having to have the oats in there. And then we've got our spices. So we have cinnamon and we have nutmeg. And then moving on to our grain-free flours. So we are going to use finely ground almond flour, blanched, so no skins. You won't see any of those brown specks. And then we have 2½ tablespoons of coconut flour. Lastly, we're adding in some arrowroot powder, 2 tablespoons. Okay, we just need a little bit of sea salt. And lastly, a teaspoon of vanilla. So the last piece here is to add in the shredded coconut. So I have a cookie sheet lined with some parchment paper. I'm just gonna do about 6 per tray so that they have some space to spread out. I have a second piece of parchment paper. I'm gonna put it on top, and then just use something with a flat bottom, like a measuring cup, and just kind of go through and give those a little bit of a flattening. There we go. I'm just gonna pop these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes until they're nice and brown around the edges. These just came out of the oven and the entire house smells of cinnamon and nutmeg. We need to let these cool completely before we frost them, otherwise our dairy-free buttercream is just gonna melt right out of them, so let them cool completely, probably about an hour or so. All right, these are cool, so I'm just gonna flip them all over. So I made up a batch of my vanilla buttercream that's dairy-free from my celebrations book. Oh, there you are! But you really could use whatever frosting you want. So I have a Ziploc here that we're just going to use as a makeshift piping bag. So put frosting on half the cookies. Put on top. No? Okay. Do you want to taste one? You want to taste a cookie? Was that good? So now I can enjoy my favorite oatmeal cream pies with my kiddos. And you can enjoy them with yours too in your house.